Okay, so this is just going to be me showing how I do Rolags on my little baby brother. I guess it's not actually the baby, it's the Brother Drum Carter Standard. I do not use the top packing brush. I have it. It seems like it causes more pilling and roughing up of the fiber than just going without it. So I instead use a natural bristle paintbrush. I learned this tip from Esther Rogers, Jazz Turtle, and one of her tutorials that she did. So this is what I use to pack on to the Carter here. And you can see it's really not clean, but the fiber that's left on here is the same gradient that I'm about to put on it, so I'm not even going to bother pulling that off yet. So I have a lump of, this is just merino here, and I'm going to split it apart. So it's split, and then there's two ways that I can put this on here. I can either go over the top here slowly and bypass the liquor in, or I can feed it in through the bottom. If I'm feeding in through the bottom, I'm going to draft it out a bit first so that it's pretty thin when it goes in, because it does spread out feeding from the liquor in into the big drum. So I'm actually going to demonstrate that first. And that's just putting on a nice thin layer. You can still see quite a bit of the metal strip here. Take my brush. And then just to show how I do over the top, I'm going to just hold it like that, loosely, so it doesn't pull my hand in. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing all the way across, making sure that that this is covered, but that I can still see through the fiber the whole way across. I don't want it too thick here. So with this one, I went ahead and added the colors all the way across, and then I just placed on a little bit of natural 50/50 merino silk across for some highlight. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take a little awl here, and I'm actually going to pull the whole thing off all the way across, and I'm going to card it again to blend in that merino silk a little bit, and also help smooth out the color transitions in between the changes, so it's just a little bit less stripy, a little bit more blended. So I'll give it one more pass, and I'll do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now it's blended all the way across. You can see that the transitions are a lot smoother now. You can still see bits of the bar through, and I'm probably going to add a tiny bit right in here because it's just a tiny bit too thin. You can see a little bit too well through it. So that's better, and I just took a little chunk and went over the top by passing the liquor in so that I could make sure that the placement was going to be correct across. So now I'm going to grab my awl again, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. So this is all separated, and what I'm going to do is grab a couple dowels here, and I'm just going to grab onto the ends of this and start rolling it. So right here I have the dowels kind of trapping the end. I need to grab that red a little bit better. Okay, so that's grabbed onto now, and it always looks a little bit less even in that very first grab of the first Rolag. And then I'm going to take my body here and kind of pin it against the brake so that the drum's not going to move at all. And then I'm just going to kind of twist this to grab it on here. And then roll it again. And then from here, I'm just going to roll it so that it breaks. I'm going to take it, pull a little bit, roll, pull a little bit, roll, roll, and just kind of and then from there, I just kind of smooth it out a little bit. Just take my hand across and smooth those locks out on top, and they will catch and hold. And then from there, once it's smoothed out, I just take the small stick and slide it out. I think that got kind of blurry. And then I'm just going to slide this off the end. And there it is. And then I'm just going to repeat the same thing. I will go back here and take my sticks with both hands though, and grab onto this and roll it again. And I should get between 4 and 6 Rolags, depending on how it's packed on here. And I usually try to not pack on more than an ounce or so, because otherwise they're too hard to spin. But you can see it's a nice fluffy core in the middle. So yeah,